All right, let's move on now. Brazilian Vice President Geraldo Alckmin, along with Defence Minister José Múcio Monteiro Filho, will arrive in India in the afternoon on a 3-day visit. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will hold a meeting with the visiting leaders. In a statement, the Defence Ministry said that the leaders will review the entire range of multifaceted relations in the field of defence between the two countries. The leaders will also exchange views on areas of mutual interest, covering military-to-military and defence industrial cooperation. Trade and economic relations are expected to be a major focus of the Vice President's visit. Both India and Brazil are currently facing higher US tariffs, prompting efforts to strengthen bilateral trade and reduce dependence on external markets. Economic engagement between India and Brazil has grown steadily. During Prime Minister Narendra Modi's state visit to Brazil in July, the two leaders set a goal to raise bilateral trade to $20 billion within 5 years. In fact, in fiscal year 2024-25, merchandise trade between the two nations reached $12.19 billion, making Brazil India's largest trading partner in Latin America and the Caribbean. And our correspondent Akshay Dongre joins us on the story now. Hi Akshay, as we spoke about just now, Brazil is India's largest trading partner in South America and the Caribbean. So with Trump's tariff sword hanging over both India and Brazil, what can both countries be looking for in terms of revising their trade targets?
Well, both the countries are major global south economies. They're part of BRICS. They're part of several other multilateral forums as well, including the G20. Both Brazil and India share same kind of concerns as far as the monopolistic tendencies are concerned of the major economies of the world. Both the countries share equal amount of concern as far as the problems of freedom of trade is concerned, freedom of navigation is concerned in their respective seas, and they also have a huge stake as far as the Indo-Pacific region is concerned, especially when it comes to freedom of trade and freedom of navigation in these waters that are now seeing increasing amount of tensions. India started during its G20 presidency in a major manner, bringing together the global south countries, and that is a vision even Brazil shares with India. Both countries are major rising economies, and as you have rightly mentioned, they have set a target of about $20 billion annual trade growth in the next 5 years. That is quite achievable. In fact, both the countries are looking now to crossing that estimated figure that was targeted earlier, and that is perhaps the reason why both the countries are enhancing their engagements as well as bilateral ties. Next year, President of Brazil, Lula da Silva, will be coming to India. There are mechanisms in place between India and Brazil to hold annual summits to intensify trade, to intensify relations in different other arenas as well, including healthcare, in pharma sector, in education, in defense as well. And with the negotiation taking place, or with the discussions that are set to take place at the defense ministers level, we can expect not only defense ties to strengthen, but also both the countries to conduct multilateral and take part in bilateral military exercises as well. That is an arena both the countries are looking at expanding as well. So it's a good news for both the countries that the two major economies of the global south are looking at each other and are trying to enhance ties that can also ensure that India's ties with other countries in South America also strengthens in the years to come. So this is quite an interesting visit, quite an eventful visit as well, and hopes are high that it is going to be a milestone as far as the ties between the two countries are concerned.
Okay, thank you very much, Akshay Dongre, reporting from the newsroom.